Hello, my name is Joanna Julian. At Core Connectivity, we believe in the power of the individual. Therefore, we recognize that the spirit of power and love in every human being must be defended one heart and mind at a time. So we advocate for this truth by educating people about the simple steps to create a more peaceful version of family by honoring their chosen faith as empowerment. This was my response to the power crisis mobile connectivity introduced to the parent-child relationship. In addition to the benefits of more efficient communication and personalized learning, mobile connectivity also brings the world in closer and exposes youth to adult issues at earlier ages. When it is possible to believe that everything you need to know you can simply Google and conceal, imparting wisdom is more challenging than ever. So the three areas of concern parents must be prepared to address with children in mobile connectivity include bullying, addiction, and exploitation. The rites of passage for use of cyber devices and apps are presented into 5 levels: Tiny Tot, Early Ranger, Ranger, Early Explorer, and Explorer. Tiny Tot, 2 years and under. The Tiny Tot requires limited to no use of screen time, closely monitored. Mostly, the interface infants and toddlers require is human, and the science on brains reveals that interaction with screens does change the brain. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends no screen time for children 2 years and under. Early Ranger, 3 to 5 years. From 3 to 5 years of age, the device should be used with strict supervision. The child should not be left alone with a device, and passwords are not granted. Applications or games that are permitted for the Early Ranger to use should be logged into the family-approved app list for user level 2. The caregiver must be able to see what the child is doing at all times. Kids this age learn passwords by osmosis and are intuitive about figuring out how to access and make applications work. I have heard many stories from parents whose very young children figured out passwords and learned how to access the family-centric apps, like Netflix, or the smartphone. These are digital natives. Make no mistake, they do not require training on how to use the tools. Rather, they require training on and supervision on the boundaries for their safe use, so don't leave them unattended with mobile devices, ever. Ranger, 6 to 10 years. Children aged 6 to 10 years are issued devices much like checking out a library book. They are issued the device, such as iPad, notebook, video game, etc., for a designated time frame and then returned. There is a general oversight. The Rangers should not be left completely alone with the devices. There should be a responsible older user conducting random checks on the applications being used and what is happening on and offline. This is the time to have conversations about the fact that there is no privacy in the network, and so your child should not be seeking privacy from parents or keeping secrets. Hence, random checks to inspect what you expect, good decisions on the part of your child. Junior Explorer, ages 11 to 15. At this point, your child has demonstrated that she understands the importance of setting boundaries regarding who has access to her personal information, such as phone number, address, where she attends school, etc., and also knowing the source of the apps being used. The family-approved app list may be expanded to include the new applications that interest your child as a junior explorer. And there should be an understanding to seek parental approval before downloading any new app. Texting. Use of texting must be with the understanding that you will conduct random checks and that all the communications will be E for everyone. Drill it into them that there is no privacy in the net. As with the Ranger, free texting and video chat apps are easily accessed via wireless mobile devices, so be clear with your child about what apps you are approving for her on the family app listing, and conduct random checks to verify that your child is successfully honoring the boundaries. Social media. If it is possible to hold off until your child is 16 years old to create a Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, or any other social media account, that would be ideal. For kids younger than 16, check out yoursphere.com. www.yoursphere.com. A kid-friendly digital hangout designed by kids and governed by cybersecurity experts to ensure that there is security in their social connections and content is appropriate. Explorer, 16 to 18 years. The Explorer user should be ready for social media. At this point, your child appreciates that there is no privacy, that you will be conducting random checks on texts and posts to social media. Periodically review and update the house rules for cybersecure communications with your child, especially if they are pushing for more freedoms. Listen and come up with ways to address their needs that are consistent with your family values. Have your child maintain a list of approved apps that she is using and review them with you periodically. As with the Junior Explorer, your Explorer should seek your approval before downloading apps, especially the free ones, which could contain malware and nefarious influences, including predators. The fact that there is no privacy in the network is reinforced by random checks to posts and texts. Always keep the use of cyber technology a privilege, not a right. Establish some behavior criteria, such as honoring house rules or good citizenship, to use the device. If your early ranger complains about putting away the device at the appointed time, for example, this could be grounds for delaying the next opportunity to use it again. Always be specific, consistent, and follow through. You can find more support and information at coreconnectivity.org.